down. Welcome back, my friends, to another episode of X-Plane 11 with Cade Plays Games. We find ourselves this evening on the tarmac in Salt Lake City, and so graciously have been accompanied this evening once again, if you caught us last week playing a little bit of Halo Master Chief Collection, by my friends Eric and Brandon, who are going to join me along for this just short of an hour flight from Salt Lake City to Las Vegas, taking the Delta Airlines A350 900 for a spin. I promised it for a minute, and boy, do these engines roar. So we'll have a good time. Boys, it's nice to have you back this evening. Thanks for joining me.
What's going on?
Good to be back.
Riding first class in this thing, I hear.
Woohoo!
Oh, yeah.
They got the
Love that row A.
Delta One, man. Delta One, they got the lay-down seats from what I hear.
Oh.
I haven't been privy enough to, since the whole COVID thing, the A350s, when international travel was shut down, we're going from Salt Lake City to Atlanta, which is still a decent little flight.
Oh, that's a good flight, yeah.
Good trip, yeah.
Not terrible, but yeah, without further ado, we're going to kick this thing off. But I've got a special little addition this evening that I'm going to set up before I do anything else, just to add a little bit of realism to this. Let me get this going here. A little PACX for those unfamiliar. I actually got this for Microsoft Flight Simulator and found out that it does indeed work on X-Plane. So we're going to use it on here.
Most excellent.
Yeah, not too shabby. We'll get back. I keep saying this over and over. I'll get back in Flight Simulator. And Brandon, thanks for tagging along. I've told Eric this a bunch of times, and I've told the people this the same thing.
No promises.
They've done some updates that have just destroyed the autopilot. So until they get it fixed, I've kind of avoided it.
Yikes.
But anyways, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get our batteries turned on here. Emergency batteries turned on as well. Go ahead and get this aligned up here. But yeah, man, I'll get back into it eventually. I'm just waiting for them to fix some things. The folks who have been so gracious to do the A320 mod that they have going on have a update coming out soon that's supposed to fix all that stuff. So
Let's hope so.
waiting for that, and then once that happens, I'll get that going. And I should probably pop back down here real quick.
I hate when you break a game as soon as you release it.
Yeah,
I know,
pretty
right?
much. So we're waiting for them to get that, because it's awfully pretty. Boy, it really is.
Right.
You know, I don't need stairs, chocks, fuel truck.
I mean, Microsoft knows how to make pretty games. It's just, you know, functionality.
Yeah, that always tends to be the issue, doesn't it?
It's the outline factor.
Yeah, the outline factor. No kidding. No kidding.
I just don't know how you spend so much time building something like that. You release it, it's fantastic. And then you just turn around and do something like that. I mean, but I feel like we see that constantly, especially, it feels like almost the bigger the studio, the more they feel like they have to tinker with it.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're trying to keep up with the Epics of the world, where Epic is, you know, always updating their games, and I think they've got it down to a pretty good science now. But even they fall victim of this a lot of times, where they just completely break something that their fans and fans of the game just completely love, and they're like, you know what? Yeah, let's change it.
Yeah, I feel like they get the habit of what do you like to call it? More or less the, hey, let's try this, like it can't hurt to try it kind of thing, and then they try it, and then they realize it was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
And then very soon afterwards, they get all that turned right back around, and you wonder why they did it to begin with.
EA does that a lot, but then it doesn't listen to its fan base at all.
They never turn anything.
So,
Ever. They do it. They do it and don't turn it back. That's part of the problem.
Right. Exactly.
They're
Activision is at least they at least kind of listen to their
somewhat
fan base.
competent.
Yeah, they turn it around eventually, but not to the point where it's quick at all.
not as much.
Epic
as
is
it
definitely
should.
the best at it, but even still, sometimes you release a new season of something and there's something missing, and they're just like, you know what? We're good with it. We won't bring it back.
And I can even say from Rocket League standpoint, once Epic acquired Rocket League, it was one of those things where I was like, I don't know, man. Like there's some things that they're not the same. And
Naturally skeptical. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't feel quite right.
I feel like they've done a good job with Rocket League.
Oh yeah, I agree. I mean, initially, like I said, I was kind of like, I don't know. It just doesn't quite feel exactly the same. Something's a little off,
Right.
but it's ironed itself out.
Yeah, absolutely. I would tend to agree with that. And it's one of those things too. I mean, it was one of those. I mean, they bought the game and the title and the IP and all that stuff, and potentially they were just trying to figure out which direction they wanted to take it. You know, it's
R.I.P. Psionics.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
for sure.
Psionics. Ah, it was good. It was good. Anyways, while it lasted, but
Oh yeah, most
start
definitely.
that
Still a good
APU
game.
up and
Really
listen
fun
to this
game.
bad
Still
boy
a great
fire
game.
up.
Yeah, still a good. It's a beautiful bird.
Butamus, one of my favorite airplanes, man. I know. I'm pretty sure I said that last time when we flew the A321. One of my favorite airplanes, but this A350, man. Oof, boy, it's got some juice, man. Got some juice.
Juice is loose.
It was one of those fun story about it, I guess, for anybody not aware, is when Boeing came out with the 787, Airbus didn't feel like there was going to be that much of a market for competition for it, so they didn't do anything. And when the 787 came out, and it was popular, although it had issues, they raced very quickly to put this design and model together, and I think they did a tremendous job doing it.
Correct.
Turn terrain on, even though we're not that far yet. Because
Terrain.
We'll be flying over some mountains.
Montañas.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and get the flight plan put in here. Salt Lake City, boys and girls. Salt Lake City.
I think as many airports as I've been to in my lifetime, I don't think I've ever been to Salt Lake.
I've been through.
Even
just
flying,
a real
I don't
quick
even
through.
think. Yeah, I don't even think I've flown through. I was trying to think. Like, I don't think I've ever flown through. I mean, I wish there was a way like I could go back and just chart every airport I've ever been to.
It like one of those scratch-off maps, you know.
Yeah. But I still I don't know if I could even remember. Yeah, because you can say you've been through an airport without being to a city. But I mean, I've been to so many airports and so many airports around the world.
Right.
You know, that some people will probably never visit or never even fly through. And it's, you know, it'd be cool looking at it now to go back and
see where you've
every.
been.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Good news for you. We are transitioning at the MILF.
At the MILF.
We're transitioning at the MILF.
Good old MILF waypoint.
Yeah, just wanted you to be excited about that.
Right.
Very scenic coming in on runway 1L in Las Vegas, by the way.
That was a good view of the strip.
Sea Star coming in.
Man, 1L strip should be on
Who
our
doesn't love a
right.
good landing strip? Am I right?
Yeah, come on. Who doesn't?
You're coming in that direction, in case strip should be on your right hand side. I mean, that direction.
Exactly.
Yeah, good view of the strip.
Good view of the strip. Yeah. You'll come in. So you'll basically, what we're gonna do is we'll come in and we'll basically make a circle and then come back around and land. The strip will be just on our left as we land. When we come in, it'll be on the right, so we'll get a good view on the way in. I did fly practice flight for this, not with this airplane. So I've flown this exact route, but I've not flown it with this airplane.
Kate, you got a new app on this particular guy right here? I noticed the flight plan's a little bit different.
You mean like the way that it looks?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, different airplane. So
Different airplane. Okay.
Fun fact for you. So here's a better view for you. So Airbus A350, they call it a glass cockpit. So all glass screens and visual aids here, and it's awfully pretty. Awfully pretty. Let me bump this up. We're going all the way up to 40,000 feet. Oh yeah, man, love it, love it. 40,000 feet. You know what I did not get is I did not get the METAR information. Excuse me, I'm using my handy dandy app that I have here for Salt Lake City. That's where did I put it? Stand by, ladies and gentlemen.
Standing by to stand by.
We got a minute. The IRS is still aligning, so we got a second anyways. We're in Salt Lake City, and the pressure at the moment is 30.41. Change it on both sides. There was a news discrepancy. 30.41. As you can hear right now, we have our PACX running. It's basically supposed to simulate having a flight crew and passengers on board, as I'm sure you can hear passengers boarding at the moment. We are We're basically just waiting for them to finish boarding. Get the APU bleed. Go ahead and turn on the fuel pumps right here, and we'll be ready to push back as soon as this aligns and they are on board. And then we'll get this bad boy on the road here.
Most excellent.
Let me check on the status of boarding. Stand by. Can't see the app because I don't have it set, but oh yeah, they're almost all on board here.
It's gonna be a full bird.
Yep, it's gonna be a full airplane.
Hold on, I see middle seats not empty there, buddy. This isn't COVID friendly.
No, they're definitely not social distancing here, as I'm sure you can tell. This is most definitely pre-COVID rules on this flight. Hopefully everybody's got their mask on. As you can see, Mr. Who we got in first class? Check out one of these pods here. Christian Wade, 34 years old. He's happy. He's not hungry, but he's a little tired.
He's a little tired.
A little tired.
That's awesome.
Not thirsty at all. Not thirsty.
Not thirsty at all. Not thirsty at all.
Hopefully our crew has got him a nice beverage in his hand
Absolutely. This.
Somewhat thirsty. Okay.
Somewhat thirsty and somewhat hungry. This guy's getting wasted on this flight. How much you want to
He's
bet?
getting
yeah.
Yeah, he's getting schwasty. Don't you worry.
So many people for an hour flight.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Let me see.
Oh, wait. Speaking of which, what kind of drinks we got today, Phyllis?
A classic Jack and Coke for me this evening, sir.
Okay, excellent. Brandon, what you got?
I have not dipped into the adult beverages yet. I went
Oh,
just before we got on.
okay.
I ran up to Dunkin', got me a nice iced caramel macchiato.
Oh, yes,
all
sir.
right.
Feeling a little tired earlier. Figure we're gonna
In
be
for the
around
long
for a
haul.
while.
Got you.
Figure we're gonna be around for a while. So
I respect that. I had a G Fuel probably at about 6, so 2 hours ago.
Excellent. I'm sipping on a Vesper Martini. I figure since we're flying into
Vesper.
Yeah, I figured since we're flying into Old Vegas, I figured I'd sip on an Old Martini, which is two parts Gordon gin, 1 part Gordon vodka, and half a part Lillet.
Nice.
Shake it over ice, pour it in a chill martini glass, and garnish with a sliced lemon wedge.
Oh, you bougie.
Oh, you bougie.
Oh, yes, sir. It's quite delightful, man. If you haven't had it, try it. It's really good.
I'm not a super big gin fan, man. As long as it tastes like flowers, smell, not my favorite thing in the world.
That's okay. I get it. That's fine.
I want to make sure it's going the right direction here. All right.
I happen to have an affinity for whiskey.
Oh, yeah. See, gin and tonic was my drink before I switched over to whiskey, so
Yeah.
that's why gin is like, okay, I can fuck with gin. Vodka, on the other hand,
Vodka to me has no flavor.
I know. That's what it is for me, man. Like, I'm just like, vodka,
I get it.
Right.
Rum will get me screwed up, man. Like, rum.
No, that's tequila for me.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's the same. I'm with you in the avenue. Well, rum kind of does the same because of the sugar, but tequila for me is one of those, like, it's delicious. I love drinking it, and I love margaritas. But boy, I don't get a worse headache than I do. That's a lie. Wine gives me the worst headache, but wine's my favorite drunk, but it's the worst hangover.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But tequila for me is the quick. Like, if I'm trying to hit it hard and get in it, man, tequila will get me there fast.
Tequila will absolutely do the trick.
I will say that Terramana, the Rocks brand of tequila.
Yeah.
Dude, that is the best tequila I've ever tasted in quite some time. It's quite smooth.
I've
really
heard
good.
that's pretty banging. I'll have to give that a try.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I need that anymore right this very second.
Don't know a lot about different tequilas.
It's I don't
know
really
apparently
either.
Patron is really expensive and really overrated. That's what I
yeah.
It's good.
I know as well.
I will tell you that I prefer the actual, like, Don Julio. I prefer, like, Don Julio over Patron. But from what I've heard from Eric included is that the Rocks brand, the Terramana, is, I mean, it's good shit.
You know what I have sitting on my bar that I have not opened that would probably be a little good tonight? I have a bottle of Cafe Patron.
There you go.
Oh,
With the
okay.
coffee.
That is the coffee infused
Yeah.
That might be good. A little chilled glass of that here. A little,
Yeah. Absolutely.
a little cafe patron.
The other one that I've tried that I really, really like, and this was before he sold out to Salsa 100%, was Justin Timberlake's tequila.
Oh, yeah,
it was
they have tequila?
901. He does.
Ah.
He does. It was originally branded 901, but then he sold it to Salsa, and now it's Salsa 901.
Oh,
So
he made it pretty
but-
good.
it's very interesting because regular Sauza, hopefully they don't kill the quality because regular Sauza is like is relatively close to rock cut.
Is that the proper way to pronounce that?
Yes.
Oh, would have had me messed up.
Yeah, I know. You know, the old white folk, man.
Hello, Susan.
Welcome aboard and thanks for flying with
Right.
Delta. We're proud to serve you and the 180
But no,
million
I remember when
customers
you
from
first
around
had
the
it
world
come
that travel
out.
with us each year.
It was really, really
Our
good.
first
It
priority
was
on every flight
smoothest
is
thing
safety.
I ever
So
taken
before we
in my
depart,
life.
we'll be giving a brief safety
And obviously that was
demonstration.
before The Rock had his
Be sure
tequila
all
come
carry-on
out.
items are
And then he
securely
had
stowed
sold
in
it
an
to
overhead
Salsa,
bin.
and I was like, I mean,
And
it's still
place smaller
good, but
items,
it's not
including
quite
handbags,
as
underneath the
good.
seat in front of you.
There's just a little
If you
bit.
lose your electronic
there's
device
something
in your
missing to
seat,
it.
please do not adjust your seat
And
and
then,
ask
like I
a crew
said,
member
I
for
had
assistance.
Terramana, and I was like,
Please
oh,
ensure all
yes,
aisles,
this
exits,
is not
and
the
bulkhead
should
areas
taste.
are clear.
Yeah, I should
As you leave the gate, make sure your
broaden my
seatbelt is
palate
fastened.
on
To
different
fasten,
liquors.
insert the metal
Oh,
tip
yeah.
into the buckle
I've definitely
and adjust the
spent most of my
strap so
time
it's low
in
and tight
the
across your lap.
connoisseuring world of
To release the belt,
whiskeys and
just lift the
bourbons.
top
You
of
know,
the buckle.
I should
Same.
broaden those
If you're seated in
horizons.
the business class
Same.
cabin, secure your
Get
shoulder
more
harness
familiar
by
with
attaching the metal tip to the
other
fitting
spirits,
on the
because
belt.
you
To
know,
release,
I'd like to be a
remove the metal
spiritualist.
tip
So.
and allow the
Ah,
belt to
yeah.
Everyone loves to be a spiritualist.
Please remain
Who doesn't?
seated with
Come
your
on.
seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. And even if
For
the sign is
safety
off,
briefing.
please keep your seatbelt fastened
Man,
in case
that
we
makes me
experience
feel like
any
we need to be
unexpected
back in
rough
Lynchburg,
air.
boys.
For everyone's safety,
Oh,
federal
God.
regulations require
Don't
all
tempt me with a good
passengers to
time, man.
comply
Love
with
a trip to
postal
Lynchburg.
placards and lighted
Big
information
facts.
signs throughout the
Preferably
cabin.
when,
In addition to
preferably
taking
Eric
Eric
when,
with
when
instructions.
Eric is not.
Smoking,
Ah,
including
yeah,
vaping,
sticker and shit,
is
yeah.
not
Yeah,
allowed on
okay.
any Delta flight.
I had
And
told
federal
that
law
story
prohibits
82,000 times,
disabling,
boys.
or
and
destroying
I hate
a
it.
residence
times.
system.
I know, I hate
There are
telling
eight
you
exits
because
on
I'm
this
like,
plane.
dude, I was
8 doors,
dying.
4 on each side. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used as a raft.
I hate that.
All
I hate
exits
that.
are clearly
Yeah.
marked with
Lynchburg,
an exit sign.
such a
However,
magical
if
place.
there's a loss of
Yo,
power and
I
cabin
was so
visibility
happy
is
that I got to
reduced, lights will
sample
illuminate the aisle
authentic
to guide you
Nashville
to
hot
an
chicken,
exit.
though. I don't
Oh,
care
Please note that
how...
exit signs
Oh,
on this
we-
airplane
I was
identify
feeling-
each exit with
We
a green
tore
symbol.
corn dog
And
meat
it
out
was
of
hot.
Locate the direction
And
of the
it was hot.
Locate the exit nearest you
Oh,
using these
man,
green
we tore
symbols,
poor
keeping in
Dougie
mind
up
the
with
nearest
that.
exit might be
poor
behind you.
Doug.
Oh,
In the
Poor
event of
Doug
an
was.
evacuation,
Oh
leave
man,
all
he
carry-on
was.
items behind.
It's like, no, it's not
He was
hot.
feeling
Likely,
it.
but
Like,
if
I don't know,
cabin
Doug,
pressure
it looks
changes,
pretty
the
hot,
panels
man.
above your seat
Yeah.
open,
I don't
revealing
know, dude. That
oxygen
was where I was at.
If
I was
this
like, okay,
happens,
I'll take it a
reach
step
up and
down
pull the
since I
mask
know I'm
or
not
red
feeling
streamer
great, but
towards you
you know,
until
I
the
chowed
heat is
down
fully
on that, and I
extended.
was like, oh
Place
god,
the
this is the
mask
best
over
thing
your
I've ever
nose and
tasted.
mouth, slip
And
the
then
elastic
literally
strap
about
over your
30
head
seconds
and
later, I
adjust
was
the
like,
mask
well,
if
boys,
necessary.
I gotta hit the
Breathe
head.
normally and note that oxygen
Yeah,
is
it was-
flowing.
for
So
those
don't
of
worry
you
if the bag doesn't
completely in
inflate.
the dark right
Be sure to
now.
adjust your own
I got
mask before
married
helping others.
in
A water
Nashville,
evacuation
Tennessee a
is
couple
also
years ago.
unlikely. But
These
just
two
in
boys
case,
were there with me,
life
standing
vests
next
are
to me on my
located
wedding
under your
day,
seats in
and
the main
Eric
cabin. If you're
decided
seated in the
today that
business
we
class
got
or premium
to
select
Nashville a couple
cabin,
days ahead of the
life
wedding
vests
to do
are
some
located in a
guy
compartment
things and hang
adjacent
out,
to your
but he was
seat
gonna
or
get,
under your
you know,
armrest.
sickly
To
and
use,
deathly
remove
ill,
the
so he
vest from
spent
its container by
a lot of
pulling
his
on the tab
time in
and then
the
opening pouch.
hotel room,
Slip the
unfortunately.
vest
But
over your head.
tried to take the
Wrap the
boys
strap
around
around your waist and
Nashville and
attach
do
it to
some
the buckle in front.
Nashville-like
And
things
adjust
like having
loosely around
Nashville
your
hot
waist.
chicken and then
As you leave the
taking
plane,
the trip
inflate the
out to
vest by
Lynchburg, the
pulling down
Holy
on the
Land,
red tab at the
all
bottom
the
of the
jet
vest.
nails.
Or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube. at
Absolutely
shoulder level.
fantastic times,
A
sir.
water-activated light
That was
is
still a
attached
hell
to
of a
each
trip,
vest.
man.
Yes,
If
it was.
necessary,
That was a
we'll
great
distribute
trip.
One of the
additional
best
life vests
times
for
I've had
children
with
who
you
weigh
boys,
35
man. That
pounds
was
or
Yeah,
always
less.
a
man.
great time.
Now,
Such a
before we
great
take
trip.
off, be
Such
sure
a
your
great
seat
trip.
is
Yeah, we'll
held
get
right
you
where
back
your
when you're
tray
not
table is put
ill.
away.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're seated
no
in the
kidding,
business
man, no
class
kidding.
cabin,
That is
make sure
a
your
flight,
door is open.
you know, because we made that. I know, Brandon, you made that flight a ton when Kelsey was still living up there, and I made it plenty of times as a Southwest Orlando to Nashville 737. It's on the list.
And in the premium select,
Yep,
you have
that's a great
So
plan.
we'll get that done here before too long.
I was about to say,
With
I got a
MCO
ton
to
of
be an
points.
A.
Please let
Got a
us know
ton
if
of
you have any
points. I
questions.
need to use them.
And finally,
Hell yeah.
now would be
You
a
need to
good
make
time
that one.
for
You need to
everyone
make
review
the
safety
fly back to
information
Denver.
card, which is in
Yes.
your seat pocket.
That is such a
Ooh,
good flight.
Never been. Never been.
Never
On
been to
behalf of
Denver.
everyone at Delta
Oh,
no,
Airlines,
sir.
That was
I
a
wanna
great
thank you for
time.
Yeah,
making
we
Ted
had
and
a blast.
Now,
What
as
was
we
that?
prepare for
Was that
takeoff,
been 3
please
years
relax.
now?
Two.
Was that
Two.
It'll be 2 in May. 2 in May.
2 in May. We went to Denver to spend some time up there with our wives and Cade's father and his wife, and went and saw our good friend Eric Church perform. And in Denver, and yes, we did fly all the way to Denver, Colorado to see Eric Church perform. We've seen him in other places locally.
It was awesome.
And man, what a great time. We landed within about 20 minutes of us landing. Kate and I were on separate flights, and we landed very close to each other, but within about 20 minutes of my wife and I landing, it started snowing in Denver, which
was fantastic.
Probably one of the most beautiful things you can see.
It was fantastic. It was one, yeah, it was pretty dang cool.
That was cool, pulling up to a brewery with the snow coming down and smell of East Nashville in the air.
That's it, man. Not a bad view in Salt Lake City there.
No, that's beautiful.
Oh, beautiful. Yes, sir.
Not a bad view at all. I set the takeoff to Toga, which I've said a few times is maximum thrust, more or less, just so we can hear these engines sing a little bit.
Humming and humming.
That is one place I've always wanted to visit, is Salt Lake City, man.
Yeah, never been. We were talking about that. Never been to Salt Lake City.
No,
I've
not
heard
out.
nothing but good things about it, man.
I've heard
place.
real cool, or as they say in, if you've not seen the Book of Mormon play,
I
is
knew it was
Salt
coming.
Lake City.
Salt Lake City. The home of Joseph Smith.
The home of Joseph Smith. Oh, we got a crazy guy on the. Oh, he must have just landed. This guy
boy.
coming up here. I'm willing to bet you.
Yeah. Got him coming across the taxiway right in front of us.
That's okay. I'm not trying to get out to the runway. I'm trying.
No.
Don't crash it. Don't crash it.
No, I'm trying to get on the taxiway. He is on the runway. We're gonna take off.
Oh, he's on the
so-
runway now. Yeah. Excuse me, sir.
Pardon?
I would
Pardon.
like to head in that general direction. S'il vous plaît.
Et s'il vous plaît, Amalou du fromage.
Oh,
You guys watch Dexter's Lab?
Yes.
I mean,
Oh my god, that episode was one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, it's one of the ones I'll never forget where he's trying to learn French, so he puts on a tape recorder and it gets stuck on the one part when he falls asleep. And so the next day, all he can say is "omelette du fromage," which has
Omelette du fromage.
it means something about cheese. That's all I know.
Cheese omelet, man.
Oh,
Cheese omelet.
Cheese
yeah.
omelet.
Cheese
There
omelet.
we go. Good old
That,
cheese
that does sound good.
omelette.
It always sounds good.
Ooh,
Cheese
yes.
omelet.
Yeah, cheese omelet.
Yeah. So I'll have you guys get into, and you know, anybody who decides to join us for any reason whatsoever. I feel like I'm missing wherever the chat is on here, but I forgot. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. So if there is somebody chatting, apologies in advance because I totally forgot. Maybe it'll show up on there. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Alright, okay, alright. Nope, you're not gonna go up there. That's fine. It's not important. That's fine. I had it set up too where I think it's actually supposed to show up above everything else, so we'll see. We'll see anyways. That's fine. Yeah, I was gonna say I have you guys get in. I had Eric do this last time. Is I have a landing rating system, so before we put it on the ground, Brandon, the ultimate goal is butter. But I'll have you give your guess on what it's gonna be before it happens.
All right.
The time, of course, the only time I've ever gotten less than great landing was, of course, the last flight I did with Eric.
It was
where
acceptable.
It was acceptable, yeah. Where we flew into Shannon, Ireland,
Nice.
and that was a lot of fun. So.
And I'll be very happy when our throttles get here.
Yeah, it's still taking some time. I've got one I'm using in its place right now, but I really would like the actual Airbus throttle. That would be nice. And yeah, man, we're on the runway, and we're gonna hit the goose here. So throttle's up to 40. Everything looks good, and we're going full blast. I'm gonna bounce it outside for like a second, just so you can hear this baby. She got some zip.
It's like the Maseratis of freaking airplanes, man.
Oh, it's awfully nice, man. Wow, coming up on V1. I realized I drifted a little bit there. V1, rotate. Positive rate. We're gonna go ahead and bring up the wheels. We're gonna go ahead and bring up the wheels. Bye-bye.
Not a bad view. See ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
On to the next one.
And we're off.
And we are en route. Throttle's coming back to climb. Bring the nose down.
Saying we're off like that makes me think of our good old friend Jaws.
Ah, yes.
Take a look to
and
your
we're
left here. You'll see the very home of our very own Chief of Police, Barton Brody.
Mhm.
You
And
really
he's
did
6 to
blow up that
base.
shark. That little movie they made about our shark episode.
Wave goodbye.
All those beautiful landlubbers.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
And I can't fathom how many times I wrote Jaws in my lifetime.
It's favorite. I still tell the story to this day that, I mean, like, I realize the person who did it probably could have gotten in a lot of trouble, but I'm really glad that they did. Is my favorite time ever that I wrote it. It was Halloween Horror Nights 18. A friend of mine and myself had gone with my mom. She left to go back to the hotel early in the night, probably around, like, I don't know, 10:30. And we stayed till it closed, and Jaws was open, and we went and rode Jaws at 1:30 in the morning. And the guy who was the skipper, we were the only two on the boat, and instead of shooting the grenade launcher, he was doing snot rockets at the shark, and we were just fucking, we were dying, dude. It was just so funny.
That's great. That's great. Oh man, good times on Jaws. Good times on Jaws. Seen some
Always.
crazy things on Jaws.
Always. We can get that terrain on there so we can see these mountains coming up here in front of us.
Beautiful set of mountains.
Not a bad view there.
Not at all. Not at
Beautiful.
all.
Not a bad view. As soon as we cross 10,000, I'll let the autopilot take over so we can BS here a little bit. But I did not start the chrono either. We've been in the flight. I'll start it now. Just remember that we've probably been in the air for 3 minutes or so.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll add 3 minutes to that when we get to the end.
Duly noted.
Bump that up to 40. And we'll bounce that to standard.
And while we're climbing to peak performance here, I'm going to hit the head and make another drink.
Sounds like a great plan, sir. Sounds like a great
All right.
plan.
I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Get it.
Go on now, get.
Oh, now.
It says 10,000 now, but it's probably around just short of that. So, I don't know. You know what I need to do? I never turned off the APU. Don't really need that anymore.
Probably don't need that now.
No. We'll get that going again when we hit the ground and get this baby parked. Alright, we'll go ahead and hit the autopilot. And we are at the Mercy. Not too shabby right there.
Nah, not too bad at all.
Nah, short little flight here too, not
Gentlemen, we are
too
now
far.
passing
Yeah, what is it from there? Short of an hour? 50
Now
minutes?
turn on
Yeah,
your
just
larger
short of an
portable
hour.
electronic devices. As a reminder,
bad.
please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galleys or
She
near the
gets up,
lavatory.
she gets
This
down.
aircraft is
Turn
equipped
off
with
the
onboard
turn offs
Wi-Fi.
and taxi
If you wish to
ways.
connect to the Wi-Fi,
Surprised
you
it
will
takes
be
you all the way up to
required to pay
40,000.
a small fee. We
You said you're
will
surprised
offer
what?
complimentary
It takes you all the way up to 40,000.
I am too, quite honestly, because it's going to be like, we're going to hit 40 and almost probably immediately start coming back down.
Yeah.
When I flew this exact same flight, I flew it in the A321 a couple of days ago just to make sure the route was good. It was, they only brought me up to 34, I want to say, and I was not there very long. It was
No, I
not there
wouldn't
very
think
long
so.
at all. But hey, whatever they say.
We'll do what ATC says.
Yep, I'll do whatever they tell me to.
And we'll do it with a smile.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. We only bitch a little bit when it comes to those people.
Right?
Yeah, whenever it gets back, we'll take a cabin tour. This cabin's slightly nicer than our last cabin tour, but is that Salt Lake down there? Is that what they call it? Is that the?
I don't know, but it looks pretty.
Yeah.
Nice reflection of the sun on there.
I'll just I'll go ahead and pretend it's Salt Lake. How about that?
Salt Lake.
A CT.
Oh man, another good experience we've had together going to see
Yes.
Ye Old Book of Mormon.
Yes, indeed. A little GA.
We've seen a
airport.
couple shows together, haven't we? We saw Book of Mormon together. What else? We saw something else together. What did we go with Tommy and Kristen and?
Yeah, we went with them to Book of Mormon.
That was Book of Mormon. Did we see something else?
I guess not.
I thought we saw one more together, but maybe I'm wrong.
I saw Escape from Margaritaville another time, and I don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend
You weren't a
paying
fan,
for
right?
it. Yeah, like if somebody gives you tickets, like I'd say, yeah, go check it out. And I love Jimmy Buffett, but boy, it was just
Right.
it was interesting, to say the least. But
Now going to Jimmy Buffett and the Eagles together. That was a
yeah,
good story.
that was a good old time.
That was a good old time.
That was a good old time. I'm gonna bounce this up to the center, actually. Move to FPS. Descent at 10,000 feet, and then I can pull up here. Charts. Oh, still didn't put in my chart I was trying to get in there. Oh well.
Not very nice.
Nah. Rude.
I wonder if the pilots, after spending so much time with the same instruments in their cockpits, if they enjoy a glass cockpit like that more, or if the older pilots are so used to the old way.
That's a good question. Airbus is just now kind of rolling out some of their A220s, so it's a little bit of a smaller. You could call it regional if you want, but it's got some distance on it. Like it could go across the pond. But it's JetBlue, who my father-in-law works for, is basically going to be replacing their E190 fleet with A220s.
Nice.
And they have a glass cockpit. And so I asked him, is that something you're interested in doing? He's like, well, if they fly them out of Orlando, I might consider it. So,
there you go.
yeah, I mean, it's I got to imagine it's pretty neat to look at. So, I mean, some people are old school. They love to look at the, the old school instruments and the way that they are and were. And
yeah, and I figured maybe
people
some of the newer pilots are, more in the tech age and want to have the highest tech stuff.
Yeah, people like me, that's how I feel. I mean, there's always backups for stuff like this. There's backup gauges. I'll give you an example. Here's your backup gauge right here for your altitude and for your flight plane. Obviously I set up my entire FMS right here. There is a backup for that as well down here. Your old school McDo.
Old school. Yep.
Right here they have it. I didn't lock the door because we're gonna take a trip, so I figured I'd let that.
We're going on a trip, and our favorite
rocket ship.
Aeroplane.
Yeah, I didn't turn on the lights there. There we go, and that's better. Now we got a little bit of. Check out the first officer's side over here.
You degenerate! You didn't turn off the lights? Come on!
Now that you're back, Eric, I planned on taking. There's our jacket back there. We're too good to actually wear for the entire flight.
Yeah,
we are going to take a cockpit tour. Hell yeah, brother. Because the cockpit in this airplane is actually really nice. So let's take.
It is really nice. 2 jump seats in there too.
Yeah, big cockpit. All right, so we've got our nice Delta. Here's your flight attendant seats. It's going off right now because we're got the flight deck door open right now, but that's fine. It's just gonna have to stay that way. You guys, some coffee. There's some coffee for you right there, big dog.
Love me some coffee.
All right.
Oh, those Delta One pods.
Yeah, there's your Delta One pods.
Oh, cardboard cutout
Right.
people. That's kind of
Cardboard cut. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, your name.
Hey, how you doing?
She looks like.
That's the MILF right there.
Dude, is that what's
The
his
Rock?
face? No, I thought that was
Is that Seal?
No,
Is
I
that Seal?
thought that was Wayne Brady, but that
Wayne
could be
Brady.
Seal.
Same thing. Same
Yeah.
thing. That's all right.
Yeah.
There's our Sky magazine that doesn't
Copy of
exist
Sky
anymore.
Mall.
Oh no, Sky magazine still exists. Sky Mall doesn't. That's right.
Yeah.
Our Delta One pods. Look how nice that is.
Nice.
We have
Those
our
remind
bar.
me somewhat of. Oh wow, there's a bar in that one too.
Yeah.
So
Hey.
Business class
had
bar.
Had the privilege of flying the 777 Dreamliner over to Australia a couple times. In that plane, there's a bar in the middle similar to that.
Gotta love it.
Yeah,
love it.
flying business class.
That's
Not
the way
too
to do it.
shabby.
Oh,
Not
listen,
too shabby.
I can't imagine there. I can't imagine. I've never gotten the opportunity to fly on an airplane that had a bar on it.
it's
But
pretty cool.
the trip to Australia, I'm sure, wouldn't be nearly as bad if you could just get up and go get drink every so often.
You sure can.
Yep.
Yep, that's 16 and a half hours. It's a long one, and I've done it. I was thinking about it the other day. I think I've done it 7 times.
Damn.
Both directions. I think
That is
it's
a
either 6 or
long way.
7. Yes, it truly is. I've got it down to like a science. I remember taking my wife for the first time before she was my wife, and you know, people think I'm crazy, but I always, for that flight, we depart from Orlando, and so I always fly from Orlando straight to LA, because that's where the flights to Australia depart from. And what we'll do is take the first flight out of Orlando, get to LA as early as possible. I'll go spend my day at Disneyland. We love spending time at Disney, and so go spend my day at Disneyland. Pretty much just try to exhaust myself as much as possible.
I mean, why not?
Go grab something to eat on the way back to the airport, and then lucky enough, I've had the privilege to be able to fly business class, and so you go back and you know, go spend some time in the Emirates Lounge before you head over to the plane, and then you know, you can go in there, you can take a shower, relax, have a drink. Then get on the plane, and then it's always my goal to try to stay up for at least a couple hours. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes I'm out right away. Look at that. We got a nice little collection of wine there, huh?
Yeah, it looks like wine's all they're serving, boys. So that's
right.
Hey, that's all right.
And then so get on the plane, stay up for a couple hours, and then if you can get to sleep, you know, you've got those lay flat seats, and they'll come and make your bed for you. And so they make it up, give you a pillow, nice, you know, nice comforter and stuff, and you know, spend the evening, try to get some sleep, and then when you wake up, you only got like 6 hours left. So.
love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Hell yeah.
6 hours, still a long flight to a lot of people.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you scared the heck out of me. Alright, let's head across. I want to see if let's see if I can get a nice saved view of the wing for when we come in on approach. There we go, right there. So what am I not using? Nope, I'm using 3. Can't remember what I'm not using. Oh, you know what I'm not using? That one. Alright, we'll do that.
That one.
So now if we head back to the cockpit, we can always come right back. Because as we come in on the initial approach, we're going to get a really nice view of the strip off the right side here. So just wanted to set up a nice little opportunity to take a gander at that. We're up to 32,000 feet just about here en route to Las Vegas, Nevada.
32,000 feet.
Hell yeah, I think it's about safe to go ahead and take off your fasten seatbelt sign here. Feel free to roam about the cabin if you so desire to do so. I'm sure they'll be starting their beverage service soon if they got time to do it. The lady will make an announcement before too long. Gonna take a trip on my favorite rocket ship. Not too shabby at all, man. Not too shabby at all. Oh, we got a little turbulence out there. Maybe I shouldn't have taken the thing off after all. That's all right. They'll find their way. They'll be okay. They're resilient back there in business class.
Yeah. They got it so tough back there.
Yeah, they just got it all. They're just in their pods, just having the time of their life, so it's no big deal.
Right?
No big deal. I'm curious to see if I can get... I don't know why. I got a new monitor for anybody out there watching who wonders why I struggle all the time. I'm using my TV right now, and it's not easy to do, so...
I have a new monitor coming as well.
Excellent. Did you get just a third one of the same one you got?
Yeah, just a third one. Nice. Not the same one I got. Just gonna go 3 wide. I think I'm gonna put it over top of my 2.
Oh yeah.
Top of it, so.
Heck yeah.
Very nice.
That'd be cool. See, right now it'd be nice to have, you know, the stream open on one, Discord open on another.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely agree. Oh, there's the chat. All right, I figured out what I did wrong. All right, cool. Sweet.
So whistle.
Gonna take a
Sweet.
trip. I got this
on my favorite rocket.
Thanks a lot.
Blasting through the sky.
Thanks a
Little
lot.
Reinstein.
We're at. I'm just curious, just to give everybody an update on what our status is here. Let's see. We're gonna go to flight plan. So we're coming up. There's MILF right there, as you can see.
Hey.
We're coming up on Ernube, or I don't know how you want to say that, but we're 7 miles from there. Ernube?
What?
Ernube?
Exactly. So MILF is our transition, and Empire is the top of our approach, more or less. Not necessarily our descent, but our approach.
All right. All right.
Still ascending. You'll see right here, so I'll show you this. When we get to our designated altitude, this will kind of flatten and show us our line that we're taking here.
Man, I can't wait to get back in the air, boys.
Yeah.
I just want to go somewhere. So many trips canceled this year, and I just, really just want to.
Yeah, no
want to
kidding.
get somewhere. Supposed to go to Vegas
No
this
kidding.
year. Supposed to go on 2 cruises this year, and man, I just want to. Had friends of mine had to completely cancel and rebook their wedding. Like,
Yeah.
Yikes.
Nuts, dude. Absolutely nuggets.
nuggets.
Speed and altitude. I feel like this doesn't look right. Something's not right here. Because this should be showing. I'm trying to figure if I just didn't type something in the right way. But it does not. Track distance. Interesting. No, don't need that.
I
Oh,
say, you're going the wrong way.
I should.
Sure.
Let's get all that. Descent. Approach. I'll put that in here before too long. 4-hour location. Yeah, something doesn't look right here. Let me try something real quick. Arrival. So we can change that. So we're going to go 1 left. ILS 1 left. We're taking Site T4 and transitioning at Empire. And we can get rid of that discontinuity. Something still doesn't look right. I don't know why it's. That's alright. We'll get it there. It just make me work a little bit harder.
It's alright. You can handle it.
Oh yeah. Ain't too worried.
Cause you don't have to worry about a thing.
Da 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 da. Turned the weather on. Does look nice out there.
Nice view.
Yeah, not too shabby.
Not too bad.
I guess I can lock the door now so that we don't get taken over by Allah Akbar.
Oh lordy, lordy.
Oh,
Please, please, please.
So let me take a gander then real quick and see about where we're starting our descent so that there is no mistakes here. It will be just after Empire, actually. We'll be starting it, so... yeah, coming up for too long. So we're kind of, MILF is 36 miles from here, and we have officially reached our cruising altitude.
Most excellent.
Just at about time to come down.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I don't know why that's not showing what it's supposed to be showing. It's not showing the altitudes correctly on here either. But like I said, man, we'll figure it out. We'll get it there. We will
I
get
have
it there.
no fear.
No fear, no fear. Why not?
Fear, Cadison is here.
Hell yeah. Just after Empire. Yeah, normally it's got like your top of descent marker marked on there and everything too, and I don't even see it. So it's
Ruh-roh.
yeah,
Braggy.
it's all good. Like I said, we'll figure it out. But it's just interesting that it decided to not show up. No.
That's that a little bit there.
Yeah,
In a few
just
moments, we will be starting our
a
in-flight
wee
service.
bit.
We'll be serving complimentary drinks.
It's
and
just a
snacks.
wee baby.
Please look in your seat back for a
Just
list
a
of
wee
complimentary
baby.
and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. If you wish to make an additional purchase, we only accept credit cards.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do only accept credit cards. Let's see here. Flight plan. Yeah, man, I can't figure out why that. Oh, is that why maybe? I didn't put my cost index in there. I'm sure that. Oh, yep, that was it. Cost index was missing.
There you go. Oh,
Yeah.
do you now?
There you go, boyo.
Yep. I don't even
Oh,
think
do
it was
ya?
45. It's actually 15. Yeah, you hear it starting to speed up. So the higher the number with the cost index, the more fuel that you'll burn, and it's all dependent on the airline or the route. Like you'll see a lot of like parcel or cargo freighters like FedEx or Amazon or UPS that the cost index is typically a lot higher because they don't give a fuck. You know, they're just trying to get their packages where they're going. To where 15 is very economy friendly for Delta, more or less. So just an inside look at that for you guys. Yep, there you go. Look at that, man. All of a sudden, all the altitudes are there.
Look at that.
Yeah, that was
Ladies and gentlemen, we knew he would figure it out.
that was just a minor mistake on my end. Cost index, you know, easily missable. When you swap between aircraft all the time, I've been teaching myself. I prefer Airbus when it comes to flying because I feel like it's very straightforward and easy to understand, and Boeing is not. And I've been teaching myself the 767 as of recent, and so I've been trying to get that under wraps. So I jumped back in the Airbus for the first time this week after like a little bit trying to get that one. So forgive me if I miss a couple things, but.
Just once.
Just this one, so that's fine.
Because we like to party.
We like to party. So you'll see. If I distance this out just a little bit, you'll see. So you see MILF, and this arrow right here. This is our top of descent. So when we hit that, we need to start coming down. See on the left hand side, I'll get an idea here. So here's our altitude levels at 40,000 at the top of descent. We'll start coming down. So I'll do a managed descent, so the airplane will essentially work on following these altitudes. But when we get started, our ILS descent is going to be, so you can see right here, 2,230 feet is our landing altitude when we get to Las Vegas. So that's what we'll actually land at, is 2,200 feet. So when we start our initial descent, I'll have this bad boy looking for 6,000, and then we'll go from there.
Beautiful. Well, before we start our descent, I will go and make myself a drink.
I think you should. I think you
Most
should, sir.
excellent.
Absolutely. I ain't scared of no ghosts. Go ahead and pop the fasten seatbelt sign back on here.
You are not free to rub back up.
No. If you need to go to the bar, you should have done it before I turned it back on.
Should have done it before now.
Done messed up, AA Ron. Damn, I can't believe I forgot that. That's okay. Bounce back up. Empire. We're on the way to Empire. Did we hit the top? No, we didn't hit the top of the thing yet. Yeah, there it is coming up. Just want to make sure you don't miss it. The last thing you want to do is be late on something like that.
Whoops.
I'll have this up just so everybody can see.
Still have never been to Vegas, man.
No, I haven't either, man, but one of these days I'd like to do so.
Oh, yes, sir.
One of these days. my dad and my grandpa. So my grandpa on my mom's side, but my dad and him, they were exactly 20 years apart in age, and so they went together to celebrate their 40th and their 60th birthdays, and they went to Vegas together. And boy, I've heard some stories from that. I've heard, and I'm sure there's plenty of stories that I've not been told from that.
I'm certain of that, man.
Yeah, it sounded like that was a daggum good time. To have been a fly on the wall would have been absolutely outstanding.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
We have returned.
Welcome back, sir. Welcome
Hey,
back.
he's back.
We're just getting ready to start
Yes,
our
sir.
descent here in a moment. What'd you decide on?
Little Cafe Patron.
All right, man. All right.
All right.
Little XO Cafe Patron.
Hell yeah.
Actually, just opened it.
Excellent.
Been sitting down there for a little while.
Good choice.
Getting better with time.
Coming up on it, and we're going to go ahead and enable our managed altitude descent. And we're going to start coming down.
Coming down, baby.
See what you did there. See what you did there. Boom, boom, bang, bang.
I'm ready to let it go. Shimmy,
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 shake,
for
me,
what?
pop.
Light it up and take a puff. Pass it to me now.
Pass it to me, pass it to me. Noise.
Sir.
Muy buena, sir. Muy buena.
Most
Yes,
excellent.
sir. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Lovely, lovely. Say that
Lovely,
you
lovely. Say
that you love me.
Man, Alabama's going to beat LSU by 50 points tonight.
There's no doubt about that.
They're
Somehow
currently
doesn't
up
surprise me.
21 to nothing already.
Yeah, they
Yikes.
lost too many people to be worth a damn this year.
I just can't believe a defending national champion like that's. I mean, that's whoa.
It just tells you,
Like,
like,
whoa.
it tells you, it just gives you more respect for what Alabama's been able to accomplish in the recruiting
Yeah.
game, because they recruit so well that they're consistently good, to where some of the other colleges, like LSU, for example, where they got, a couple of good recruiting classes, good enough to win them a national title, and then, they lose, 9
Yeah.
guys, and now their team ain't worth a shit, so.
Yes, that's rough.
Yep.
I give Coach O a lot of respect for that, though. He's kept a pretty consistent winning team, and
Yeah.
almost in college football this year. We get. Go Tigers.
Oh, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
I almost give college football like a pass this year, and of course, me being a
Oh,
fan of
yeah.
Florida, they're having one of the best seasons they've had in a long time, and
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if we could somehow find a way to draft old Pitts there.
I don't think anybody would have a problem with that.
I'll you know what? I'm normally really against drafting Florida players, and I would
Jacksonville.
forego my reservations if we could somehow take our second first round pick that we have and trade up, because there's no way he's going to make it to the second one. I don't think.
Kyle, you don't think?
Pitts?
It
No.
depends. I think it's going to depend on his. It's going to depend on his combine. I think some people are going to value him as a receiver.
Yeah,
I
think
don't
that
know if they're going to
it-
put him in the receiver category, if they're going to put him in the tight end category.
Early 20s maybe, but late 20s definitely not.
No.
Yeah.
What's your second pick?
wherever the Rams finish.
Wherever the Rams.
Wherever the Rams
That's going to
finish.
be. That's going to be at best like 16, right? Like so.
Yeah, and it's looking right now like they'll probably make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're probably gonna.
So I think best case scenario for us, it's low 20s.
Low 20s, yeah. Yep, and then
I'm just not
you
so
think
sure.
you're gonna end up with what, 2? You think?
Well, I pray every day that the Jets can somehow win a game in the next 4 or 5 weeks. But
well, I need you to do me a huge favor, brother.
What's that?
Brothers, I'm gonna have to root for the Jags tomorrow. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You know,
I will.
my boss said the same thing because he's a Packers fan. He's like, I need you guys to win tomorrow. I was like, you don't understand. I don't want to win.
Yeah, I know you don't want to, but I
want
will.
I want it.
I might be painting my face teal tomorrow. So. just need that little bit of help, little in-state love.
Did you ever think that you'd be
Each
rooting
other.
for Mike Lennon again?
Dude, I liked Mike Lennon as a person. You
Yeah.
know?
He's
All I
not.
can think of-
He played well
He's not
last
bad.
week. He played
I
all right.
thought he was going to win that game last week.
I thought he was too.
When he has time, he's a pretty good quarterback. You know.
Well, every
He's- I mean,
quarterback is. They
he's
got time.
You know. Oh, I don't know, man. You put some of these guys out there. I don't care how
Well,
much time you give.
That's a good point. That's like I've
You
seen
give
the.
Sam Bradford. I don't think. Or Sam. Bradford.
Nah, I've seen the
Sam
meme
Darnold.
going around talking about it. Well, that's Adam Gase's fault, man. I still think Sam
Well, that's true.
Darnold's a talented guy. I think he's just been ruined by that organization.
How in the world? I don't know how in the world Adam Gase hasn't been fired yet. Like,
Because
I just
because
can't.
Woody Johnson knows what's at stake, man. He's not trying to win a game.
I guess, but there's no way he'll be there next year.
No, they're absolutely
No
not.
way.
No,
They
no.
they would be mortgaging the future of their entire franchise if they kept that crazy guy there.
I think we're going to see one of the largest coaching changes because we've already had what four get fired already.
We've had the Lions.
Patricia?
We've had the Falcons.
Falcons.
We've had
Texans.
the Texans.
Isn't there one more?
I feel like
Somebody else?
the Jags are inevitable. I don't expect the coaching staff to be back.
Doug Marone will be gone.
Yeah.
According to what old Shot Khan is saying, is that their jobs are safe through
No
the
way.
2020 season.
Yeah,
There's
he's
no
doing
way.
he's doing that because we don't want to do what the Texans did, where they
Mhm,
fired their
right.
coach and all of a sudden they won 4 games, you know? Or the
Yeah.
Falcons,
Right,
sorry,
right.
the
Who-
Falcons.
Who fired their GM? Somebody fired their GM.
Technically, well, the Lions and Falcons did, or the Lions and we had Lions, Falcons, and Texans did technically fire their GM.
Somebody fired their GM, but not their coach. Right?
Oh,
No,
the
not.
Jags. Yeah, the Jags.
The Jags.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we fired the GM and not the coach.
Not the coach, but that's coming.
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I don't have many doubts about that.
So, I mean, so what are you thinking? Like, you want like an Eric Bieniemy coming in, or
To me, that'd be best case scenario.
or do you want a stout? Is there? I mean,
I don't want an established guy. I don't want an established guy. I think if they've been through and they had their chance and they got fired, or they're not coaching or head coach anymore, then clearly it's for a reason. I would
Right.
rather try to find
Sure.
one of
Perfect.
these,
One of these young guys. You
young
know
guys
who
who
I
think different.
You know who I think got burned early, was way too young to be a head coach, but I think could probably be a really good head coach now.
Josh McDaniels.
Raheem Morris.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah,
I think
fair.
Rom. I think when he was in Tampa, I think he was way too young. I think he was trying to be a player's coach and be a coach, and I don't think you can be both of them.
Now,
Well,
and,
along
yeah.
along those same lines, I think that old Byron Leftwich should be a good head coach at some point.
yeah, at
I'm
some
not sure
point.
about right now,
At some point.
but
I
maybe,
thought the
maybe
same
at some
thing,
point.
but his last 4 weeks of play calling has me super sus. I think I would take. I think I would take. Oh gosh, why am I blanking now? Our defensive coordinator, the old Jets coach.
Oh
my gosh.
geez.
Why can't I? Oh my God.
I'm drawing a blank right now too.
Yeah, I don't know. You got me.
What is his name? Todd Bowles.
Ooh,
Todd Bowles.
there you go.
Yeah,
there
Todd
it is.
Bowles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I think Todd Bowles is gonna make a hell of a head coach again.
Yeah.
You know, he may be a guy that's just a really good defense or just a really good coordinator. I mean,
Yeah.
look at Romeo Crennel. Romeo Crennel wasn't a great head coach, but he's a heck of a coordinator.
Great coordinator.
Wade Phillips, great coordinator, not a great head coach.
Yep, I would tend to agree
Like,
with
So, Raheem Morris has been really good, but I think he gets another shot. But Eric Bieniemy, I think, is going to get a shot.
That's my best case scenario, quite honestly. If
Yeah.
they can get him, oh man,
I wouldn't touch Josh McDaniels with a 100-foot pole.
No,
Oh,
I
hell
wouldn't
no.
either.
Because
No.
everybody wants Josh McDaniels and all these, like, I mean, who has come from the Bill Belichick
They can have
tree
him.
and been any good?
No.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Now it's funny because they had all these guys come from the Bill Parcells tree. They were very
They're
good.
great. Yeah.
And but from the
Great.
Bill Parcells or from the Bill
Tony Dungy
Belichick,
tree.
yeah,
Tony Dungy tree is great, man. That's you know who comes from the Dungy tree is Sean McVay.
yeah.
You know, he was under
Yep.
he was in Tampa with Dungy.
He was the ball boy back then, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, who was
Yep.
Nah, I think he was like assistant.
No. It's like assistant wide receivers coach. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Mike-
Yeah.
Mike
Yeah,
Tomlin?
he was a young guy.
Mike Tomlin comes under that.
Yep.
So there was a lot of good guys came from that.
Yeah.
A lot of good guys come from that.
You know,
Oh, Lovey?
Tomlin, you
I think-
can say what you want about Tomlin, but like he's done a decent job with what he's got over in Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Mike Tomlin's a hell of a coach.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, so Tony Dungy, he had Herm Edwards on his staff in Tampa. He had Rod Marinelli. He had Lovey Smith, Jim Caldwell, Mike Tomlin. Oh, I forgot about Leslie Frazier too.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Leslie
yeah,
Frazier.
that's true.
He had Mike Shula, Clyde Christensen, Joe Barry. All
Old
those
Mike
guys.
Shula, old offensive game plan coach that we had here in Jacksonville for a hot
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah, so he's had a lot of guys come out from underneath him. That's been great. I forgot about Leslie Frazier.
Yeah, I did too.
I was so excited when the Bucks got him after he got let go from the Vikings, and then man, that just
Didn't work out. Didn't work
No.
out.
didn't
I
work
just
out.
want to win a game.
Yeah, and then Lovey, man, I really loved having Lovey, but that guy has no emotion.
No.
Like I can't,
No.
man, I can't stand that.
Is
I
he
can't
still
stand that.
head coach over in Illinois?
Illinois, yeah, looking
Yeah.
like Black Santa.
Oh my
He's got a
god.
big
Oh
old
yeah,
white
yeah,
beard
that's,
and
that's true. That's true.
it's kind of weird to be honest.
Yeah. I would tend to agree with that.
A lot of 1 o'clock games tomorrow. There's normally what 8? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well,
5,
that's what happens when you have to move around 18 different games because of one team.
Yeah, they need to quit. They need to quit accommodating these people. At this point, it's like, dude, if you
Yeah.
screw up, man.
It is what it is,
I
man.
think that's about to go into effect.
Especially with the playoffs coming up, boy, they're going to be strict.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
That's
know
what it should be.
they've
Well,
closed all facilities Monday and Tuesday after a game, so no facilities are open to the public. Monday and Tuesday after the game.
Wow.
And then everybody has to have masks at all times now. They're strictening up, and I think coaches have got to start thinking about quarantining their backups.
Yeah.
At least their backup quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you saw what happened to
Baltimore. Oh, Denver, yeah.
Denver, you know. And
Where
so
they
they've
had
gotta
this
start-
guy plays wide receiver.
Hey, I
You know,
give
good
that guy-
good for that guy, man.
Yeah, he
Good
gets
for
some
him.
credit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hats off to him, man.
Yeah, totally. Good for him. Hell of an effort.
I just feel bad that all that he got for that was 35 grand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no kidding. What was it? Yeah, 35 grand, 38 grand.
35. He got the league minimum for
Mhm.
a practice squad player.
Well,
Yep.
in all fairness, that's a lot more than what a lot of people make in a year. So
Uh-huh.
Don't get me wrong.
Big facts. Big facts.
It is. That it is.
we're just about transition altitude, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that set there.
Oh, hold on. Is this real? Are they really making a King of the Hill movie?
That would make my day.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I would sign up for that in a heartbeat.
Damn it, Bobby.
Tom Hanks is Hank Hill.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Ken Jeong is Khan.
Oh my
Matthew
god.
McConaughey, Bill Hader,
Yep.
David Kushner.
Oh,
Bill?
yes.
Like, what? Is this real?
Totally on board with that. Totally on board.
I hope it's real. Doesn't sound real, but I hope it's real.
July 2021.
I'm with Kate on this one. I hope it's real, but it doesn't sound real.
He's got a narrow urethra.
Oh, shit.
King of the Hill reboot updates. Is it happening? everything upcoming Blumhouse. Can't imagine that would happen.
All
Can't
right.
find anything like real, but that would be pretty cool.
That'd be it right there.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that would be a jam right there.
I'd be for it. Absolutely for it.
I'm with you.
I'm ready for movies to start coming out again, but old movie theaters, man, they signed a raw deal, man. They need to stop being little children about it.
I don't feel bad for them at all.
Oh no,
I don't
not
feel
at
bad
all,
for them.
man.
Did you see who announced last week that all Sony? Is it all
No,
Sony?
Warner Brothers.
HBO Max.
Yeah, Warner Brothers.
Yeah, all Warner Brothers movies are gonna be released to HBO Max.
I'm fired up for it. I'm
Absolutely.
stoked.
Listen, I'm all
And of
about
course-
it. That's got to be the end of. I mean,
The head of AMC immediately condemned it and was like, "Oh God, this is the worst thing." Well, of course you think that, man,
agree.
because you're getting a raw deal right now. You've been getting a raw deal for 30-some years.
Yep. Everybody out there is like, yeah, of course they're mad because they don't get to charge $85 for a small popcorn. You know, it's like
Exactly. Exactly. Come on, man.
I agree.
Don't nobody have any sympathy for you at this point.
I've got zero as far as I'm concerned, man. We've been molested by
none.
movie theaters for way too long.
It is taking this long for them to finally figure out, oh, okay, we don't actually need movie theaters anymore. Okay, got it. No problem.
Nope, they'll get enough from these streaming services. You know, like
Oh, absolutely.
a lot of these actors and stuff were apprehensive about their stuff going to streaming services to start with. Like I remember when the movie Greyhound went to Apple TV,
Oh, yes.
and Tom Hanks had his reservations about them doing that, and then after it came out and was as successful as it was, he was like, well, okay, well maybe there's something to this,
Something to it. Yeah.
and it's great in
I
movie,
haven't
by
seen
the
it
way.
yet.
Great
I haven't
movie.
seen it.
Definitely
I
watch
haven't seen it
man.
either. I've heard it's
Awesome.
really good though.
Awesome story. You know, of course, it's another one of those based on a true story things where it was during World War II. They when they crossed the Atlantic, they had a dead zone, like sending warships over there and people and stuff like that. They had a dead zone where they didn't have air support, and so with air support they were it's pretty easy for them to diagnose where the German U-boats were at so they could avoid attacks and stuff like that. In the dead zone, they had to rely on sonar. So the movie, Tom Hanks plays a captain where it was basically his first trip over through the dead zone. And it's all shot in sequence, but it was crazy. It was really good.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out, man. I got got a free subscription to Apple TV Plus, so I'll be able to watch all that good stuff.
Yeah, man.
After I bought my phone and everything, so
Watch it up.
might as well.
Watch it up. And get the old flicker going on here. Where is it? Not too far off now here, boys.
Nope.
Getting close.
Viva Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas.
Dude, I keep seeing conspiracy theories, by the way, that
About these-
old Elvis is still alive.
Oh yeah, man, he's the one responsible for the monoliths. Yeah, he's still alive, man. He lives in downtown Nashville, Tennessee.
That's what I've heard, man. He's an old gray man at this point, but the whole Elvis himself, he still lives.
I could believe that, truth be told. I really could.
Oh, absolutely.
Just based off of he wanted to get out of the spotlight and stuff like that, faked his own death.
Yeah, and
No way.
absolutely.
Right on
I've
the
heard
right
that.
on the
I've heard there was
toilet.
I've heard there was a helicopter coming from Graceland that just took off right around the time that he died. So I've heard different things. It's wild.
I could believe it.
I'll buy into it.
Crazy.
I'd be, what'd be more crazy is if it was true and nobody ever spilled the beans that knew about it.
Yes.
Surely he would have been spotted by now.
I would imagine, unless he
you thought so, right?
unless he shaved his head and tattooed his face, then maybe not. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But
yeah. Elvis was the only man from Northeast Mississippi who could shake his hips and still be loved by rednecks, cops, and hippies.
very true.
Oh
man, this is a good matchup tomorrow. Jalen Ramsey versus DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh yeah, man, it used to happen twice a year.
Wi-Fi-related tasks and
Uh-huh.
any larger
Until he was a little bitch. But, you know, beside the point.
Oh, I know. My branch manager over at Enterprise was like, "Oh, Jalen Ramsey. Oh, he goes and hits people all the time." I'm like, No. This is what you don't understand. He hits people when he wants to hit people.
Yeah.
Like he'll have those games where you're like, "Oh God, he's an unstoppable corner in the NFL. Oh God, pay the man." And there are games where he's like, "Where was this guy the entire time?
Yeah, basically.
Where was he?"
5340.
We saw that all the time in Jacksonville, man.
Yeah, we sure did, didn't we?
Yeah, and then he faked a back issue and forced himself out of Jacksonville to LA, so good for him.
More or less.
Yeah.
Going flaps 1 here, start slowing down just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Da 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 da.
Thank you for flying Delta.
Thank you for flying Delta Airlines.
You know you have many choices when it comes to your air travel.
Thank you for choosing Delta. This is probably too early to activate the LS, but it doesn't really matter, so that's fine.
Nah, screw it.
It's not really distance based. I mean, it's distance
Screw
based,
it.
but it's not like it hurts anything, the fact that I started early.
Eh, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's all fine. Fine.
Everything's fine. Really hard to see, kind of, but there's Las Vegas. Right. It's nothing but a blob at this point in time. As we get a little bit closer, we'll see a little bit more. This Las Vegas scenery, not sponsored by, but is brought to you by myself, but not sponsored by Fly Tampa, but Fly Tampa is the company who made this Las Vegas scenery, and it's absolutely fantastic.
All right.
They are in the process of making the same scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and because of the advancement in graphics for that particular game, they got the fountains working and everything at the velocity. Yeah, dude, it looks awesome. It really does. So yeah, we'll get back in it soon. As soon as this next update comes out for the A320, man, we're gonna do it. I'm just waiting for the autopilot to get fixed, and then we'll get it done. So it's gonna happen. There we go.
There it is. There she blows.
There she blows. It's funny, I finally found a really nice cloud fix for this game, and we had absolutely no clouds on this flight, which I'm not too surprised about because, you know, it was the desert most of the flight.
A little clear out there right now.
Yeah, they're pretty much clear all the time. So not too terribly surprised that's how it ended up, but oh well.
What can you do?
Now I'm starting to slow down just a little bit more. We're gonna go flaps 2 here in just a moment. Have the old little wiggle line going on right here. Not sure what that's all about, but it'll sort itself out, I'd like to imagine, before too long.
Just telling you to wiggle it just a little bit.
Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble. Alright, we're going flaps 2. landing speed set for 152. 152 knots for those curious. Not miles per hour.
What?
That's incredible, man. No way, dude.
Totally, man.
Alright, we'll see it. We'll see it coming up before too long, but very soon this out the right window as we pass by the city is going to look pretty neat. We're going to hang at 6,000 for a second. So basically what'll happen is we're going to go up and out kind of around this hill on the backside to where it'll make it just a little nervous because we probably get a little closer to that terrain than we need to.
Yeah.
Get a little look at the strip down there. You see the old pyramid.
Hey, look at that.
Hey,
What
there
a
you go.
beauty she is.
Oh, Vegas is a great place. Hey, you ever been to Vegas?
I have not.
Oh man.
No.
Eric,
I
you've
haven't
been,
yet.
right?
No, we were just talking about that. I was supposed to go this year, and because of COVID, never went.
Yeah, man. That is a great trip.
I have to imagine.
We'll have to make a boys trip out there, man.
I do
Yeah.
believe. I do believe.
That would be a great time. $28 to 7. Bama rolling.
I saw old Coastal Carolina beat up on BYU, man. They won at the
Oh,
last
did they?
second.
There you
Oh,
go.
they won at the last second. Oh, yes, sir.
Flaps full. I think we are close. Yep, we are flaps
Freaking
full.
wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. The old Chanticleers, man. Chanticleers out of Coastal Carolina.
Yeah. The last part of this approach takes a minute just because they really slow you down in this airspace right here.
Got a lot going on over Vegas.
Yep. There we
Every
go.
time I get in a plane, I'm still pretty amazed with
Oh,
how
yeah.
air travel even is possible.
It is absolutely incredible.
Yes, it is. Nice, beautiful approach.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, main difference between this one and the one that's going into Flight Simulator is that they will have Allegiant Stadium in the new one, where it is not present
nice.
here.
The Death Star.
Yeah, but dude, it looks awesome, man. All black
Yes.
stadium, it's kick ass.
So that's copywritten. You get DCA made for that.
Oh, sorry. my fault.
it was off key just enough to where they won't know.
Yeah, right. 10% difference.
10%. We got taken off. Southwest Airlines taking off right there.
Oh, all right.
And they're out of there.
All in
He's
ass.
gone.
He gone. Yep, there's McCarran right down there. So we're coming down on this runway, right? Actually, no, I lied to you. This side right here. So we're coming down on this runway. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, one left, so we'll get a nice backdrop there. See the Sphinx?
Yeah.
Hey, the pyramid.
Excalibur. Beautiful Luxor Hotel. GM Grand at the end of the strip. Trump Tower back there on your far right. The big gold tower in the back. To your left a little bit. Right there. That is the
There
Trump
it
Tower.
There it is.
See the Trump Tower. You can see Treasure Island.
Mirage.
The High Roller.
Hey.
That is the Ferris wheel there called the High Roller down the Link. Cosmopolitan, you're passing right now. Your cursor's going right now. Cosmopolitan, Fodara right next to that, and Aria right next to that. New York there now. A lot of beautiful, beautiful spaces there. Mandalay Bay, the big gold X looking there. And then the Palm is in the background there. Some beautiful hotels in Vegas.
Beautimous. Absolutely beautimous. You see, we're
Gotta
gonna...
make a trip, man. Gotta make a trip, boys.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Man, get a little Sky Suites at Aria action going on. Woo!
Definitely.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Like it, love it, gotta have it.
Like it, love it. Gotta have it.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know who was like, hey, we should create those sizes, but, you know,
Why not?
why not? Everything's all good.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Make our turn coming up here. And start our final descent. Go ahead and activate the approach.
Boy, LSU's trying to hang with them. They've ripped off a 70-yard run.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
all right.
28-14.
Yeah, that's something.
Alabama's allowed 14 points tonight. They've allowed 16 points in the last 3 games.
Yeesh.
Is
Is that all D3?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
I imagine. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Bring that back to arc. There we go. There we go. That's smexy right there. We're looking for terrain right here because there's a lot of it.
Terrain, terrain.
I would not doubt that we get that warning signal when we turn around over here.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
As soon as we make this final turn, I'll drop the landing gear.
2,500.
2,500.
Landing gear down.
As you see, what I'm talking about here. There's a nice little ridge right there, and then we're going to turn around over these ridges over here. I'm like pointing like you can see what I'm talking about. I'm really, really intelligent. There it is. There it is.
Well, and then Alabama comes right back and scores again.
There it is.
Hey. There it is. Oh, go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
I'll fight Nick Saban at the midfield.
Was this a 60-yard bomb? Holy guacamole. It was. Holy guacamole.
Mole, mole, mole.
Mole, 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 mole.
Got a
I
nice
love
Let's chuck it up and make guacamole.
mole, mole, mole. Got a little bit of a headwind. I was surprised that they gave us one left because of the fact that we have a we'll have a tailwind, but it's only 4 knots, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
And now we'll make our turnaround.
Okay.
Arm the second autopilot.
2,000.
just for this part. About 1,000-ish feet. I'll cut it and bring this bad boy in.
Glider home.
She's a thick boy.
She has
Terrain,
fact.
terrain.
She's a
Thick
thick
boy.
boy.
Bye.
Thick boy. Localizer armed.
Terrain, terrain.
Yes, yes, I know there's terrain. I'm very well aware of the terrain. I can see the terrain.
Right.
See it in more ways than one. Look, it shows it right here. Look at that terrain right there.
Terrain, terrain. ILS approach.
Coming.
Terrain,
Coming.
terrain.
Coming. Alright, now that we're getting on our final line here, I'll go ahead and arm the full approach
Terrain,
instead of the
terrain.
localizer. And we'll go ahead and drop the landing gear.
Excellent. Most excellent.
Absolutely tremendous. Now we're coming down. I'm starting to get a little concerned. I was like, is this thing gonna bring us down or?
Right. Might be helpful.
Yeah, right.
Terrain, terrain.
I know there's terrain. I done did told you.
Where are the mountains, goddammit?
God dog it. Well, after we land, I'll bounce the replay real quick so we can see get a little bit of a better idea. As much as I'd like to really focus on the stuff on the left while I'm actually trying to land the airplane.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill all 290 people that are on board here. So
Speaking of landing the airplane, Brandon, what you got on old Cade's landing here? You got acceptable? You got butter? What you looking at?
hard landing is also an option. I'm not flying Ryanair though, so I mean.
No, I think it's gonna be buttery smooth.
All right.
It's gonna be
man.
buttery smooth.
You're putting a lot of faith in me, sir. I appreciate that.
All right.
Slide it right on in.
Like butter.
Like butter. And you know what? Because Cade's so sweet, we'll call it honey butter.
Honey
Honey
butter.
butter.
There you go, man.
Oh,
Look at this. Look
baby.
at this glide slope right here. 2 white, 2 red.
Oh
Two
yeah.
white. Yep.
Oh yeah.
There goes Southwest.
Off again.
Saucy.
Wish they'd fly nonstop from Orlando to LAS.
Yeah, that would be nice. Almost there. About 1,700. In case you're curious, there you go, right there. Not the one on the right. One on the bottom
Yep.
center is our.
Oh, that's actually above sea level on the right. So.
Yep, correct.
But you guys know all this shit. I'm just kind of sitting in the jump seat, just enjoying the ride.
Having a good old time. Having a good old time there, Peckerwood.
Oh yeah.
About 1,200, 1,200.
Coming in nice and slow. Slow.
Slow, baby, slow, baby.
What do you know, baby?
Go ahead and cut it.
Your airplane.
Mine. It's all mine.
God, Easy has the ball.
1,000.
Thank you very much. It's all about timing right here. It's all about timing.
We want to see the butter, kid. Give me the butter.
Well,
wanna see the butter.
I'd like to have. I would take great landing as well, but
Okay.
the
Great is
butter,
good.
the butter is the goal.
Not easy to perform.
No, not at
No,
all,
sir.
man.
No, sir.
Especially under pressure.
Yeah, under pressure, right? Exactly.
Terrain, terrain.
500.
I'm very well aware that there's terrain. Thank you for sharing once again. Yeah, that's fine. My rendering settings are too high. Don't believe
Terrain,
that for a minute.
terrain.
400.
Okay.
I do see that I'm skipping frames a little bit here.
300.
What to see here in Vegas?
200. 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10,
I floated it.
10, 5,
Oh, there you go. You got a great landing
He's
there.
got a
All
great
right.
landing. Very good
I'll take
flare.
it. I'll
Well
take it.
played, sir. Well
Reverse.
played.
Reverses are on, not too shabby. And
That was better than
we're-
the other week, man, where he just got acceptable. Ugh.
It's true. Yeah, it's very true. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Las Vegas. The local time is 8:42 a.m. and it's currently about 56 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
The old Las Vegas, Nevada.
Woo! Time to go gamble a little, boys.
Let's do it.
Whether you're on vacation or here to stay, make sure you stay safe while here in Las Vegas. Folks, please stay seated with your seatbelts securely fastened until we get to the gate. Once the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign, you may stand up, grab your bags. Be careful, they may have shifted during flight. Those overhead compartments. I know you have many choices when choosing your air travel. The local
We
time
appreciate you
is-
choosing Delta Airlines.
It's 6:33 p.m. We welcome you to Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Sin City.
It true. It true. Also, I went to the cargo side and not the regular side.
Well, not
You
bad.
bastard.
That's okay.
Park around the tarmac. Let him out.
Yep, let him out. All right, guys, you gotta walk. Sorry.
Sorry about it.
We'll get a
All right.
tram over here for you.
Yeah, we'll get a tram over in no time. Don't you worry.
Bye bye.
We're absolute experts at that. It's just fine. Fine, just fine.
Fine. Fine. Like wine.
Fine,
Damn
just
it,
fine.
wine.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we won't even go all the way. I'll tell you what I'll do real quick is I'm going to toggle replay. I'm gonna back this bad boy up just a little bit. And we're gonna get a nice view of landing. But what I'm gonna do is turn around, go to the other side.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh my God, Bethany. You look like Bethany.
She looks like a Bethany.
She does look like Bethany.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Terrain.
Or she blows.
We were very well there, well aware there was terrain there. Wow, that was obnoxious. Obnoxious. Did you guys know there's terrain? I couldn't imagine.
No, I would never know.
Oh no, certainly not. No, not here in the desert.
Can't
No,
imagine.
no, absolutely not.
Desert, mountains, you know.
No, no, not in
Jesus.
my mindset at all.
Do you not think I heard it yell that much when we were in the cockpit?
Right?
Floated just a little, and then boom.
Ooh, that wing flex though.
Yeah, boy, that just doesn't look right there, does it?
No, doesn't it? Woo!
Got them reversers going.
I love when they open up like that.
Yeah, we have a saying in my country: "Get up off my Johnson, will you?" Business.
Right? Jeez.
Zish. Lowish.
Get one.
Beautiful view of lovely Las Vegas, Nevada.
That thing look. That thing looked like it's about to flap like a bird.
Yeah, right.
Yeesh. And then we're right back where we were. Crazy, crazy. All right, let me get us to the gate real quick, and we'll call this a day. Thank you guys so much once again for watching. Hope you had a good time. I thank Brandon and Eric immensely for joining me in this endeavor, just to have some conversation while we make it happen here. But
Anytime.
Our pleasure as always.
we'll do it again real soon. I really would like for the next video to be in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I really want that to happen. I just need them to make sure they get their shit together before I do it. Apparently the next...
Come on, Microsoft, please! Please!
Yes. The next big update for the A32NX is supposed to be very soon. That will fix a lot of problems. So I'm waiting on that, more or less. But we'll see. We'll see. If you have a request on somewhere you want to see us go, let me know. I'm open to it. Just about anything. I've avoided anything over an hour, hour and a half, just because if there's, if you guys don't come watch live, then what am I gonna do? Sit here and talk about myself for an hour and a half? Yeah, exactly.
True.
So, anyways, yeah, man. Welcome to beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada.
Woo, Sin City.
Allegiant, very prominent out here.
Yeah, very much so.
As you can tell, Allegiant Stadium newly built.
What?
What?
I hate that I didn't get to see that place this year.
You said you hate what?
I hate that I didn't get to see it this year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you were supposed to
Oh
go.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's
you
so
were supposed to go.
disappointing.
Would have been there.
We were supposed to go up to Lambeau this year, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was on the
I didn't
list.
allow any fans at all this year.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Nope. Man, the Super Bowl's gonna be huge this year.
Yeah, buddy.
I can't imagine that by the time that comes around that they'll have eased up at all.
No, they've already said 25% capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be about 16,000
That-
people there in Tampa.
I was about to say that would be if they're lucky.
Yeah, that'll be some of the richest people I imagine there.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I'm sure.
you gotta,
Those ticket prices will be outrageous.
yeah, you gotta fathom, if you can, afford it, if you think you couldn't afford it before, now that the
Yeah.
demand is outrageous.
Right.
Out the wazoo.
Be interesting to see who makes it there. I think the AFC is a little bit more predictable than the NFC, but we'll
Definitely would agree with that.
Yep, I would agree with that as well.
see. I'd like to see the Steelers play somebody that's any
That's
good.
good.
That's
Yeah.
worth a damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
they played one good team this year, and that was the Titans, and they got bailed out by the refs at the end. And I hate the Titans, and I'll even admit that they got bailed out.
I was about to say I'm very surprised that you said the Titans were good at all. this
Yeah,
year.
I can't deny it. They're in first in the division.
Very good.
They're
Shouldn't be in
okay.
their hand.
I wouldn't go as far as to say they're good. I'd say they're.
I think that they're a better team than the Steelers are.
Well,
agree.
okay.
That Steeler
alright.
defense is good, but they just lost Bud Dupree. That's a big hit.
Yep, huge hit.
It's gonna be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then the NFC, I feel like anybody can beat anybody and anybody can lose to anybody in the NFC. It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seattle looks
NFC
like
is
world
wide
beaters
open.
at times.
Yeah,
Tampa looks
they're
like
well. The
world
thing with
beaters at
Seattle
times.
is their offense is
Oh,
great.
their
Their defense is
so
terrible.
soft. Yeah,
Yeah.
so soft.
Yeah, Tampa looks like they could beat anybody anytime. They absolutely decimated the Packers, blew the Raiders out of the water, and then lost to the Bears. Like what?
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah,
I don't
for
know.
all the
Saints,
sense it
and-
makes.
I mean, we know the Saints can get into the playoffs, but they never can do anything when they're in the playoffs.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Green Bay probably looks like the most stable team.
Yeah.
But
No,
they've,
well,
they've
yeah,
gone
but at
out-
the
they've
same
gone out
time,
late
let-
to do things, like,
Well, exactly, but that's the same thing as far as the Saints go. Like the Packers, You can say anything you want about Aaron Rodgers. He's a great quarterback, probably a Hall of Famer, but as soon as you get in the playoffs,
Whole new world.
It's a whole new world. Yeah. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I cannot thank you enough for hanging out with us the last hour and a half.